Call this meeting to order. It is 5:34 p.m. This is the agenda of the regular meeting of the Board of Directors of the rgc-4B EDC. Again, today is Tuesday, April the 5th, 2022. Item 1, we'll have the invocation and pledge of allegiance. We'll ask Commissioner Escobedo for the invocation and Mr. Lopez for the pledge of allegiance.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for all the blessings that you have given us. And you have said where there's 2 or 3 that you are there, and we know that you are here as the center of the city and the center of this country. We ask that you give us the wisdom and understanding to move forward, that you give us the ability to be able to continue. We ask for this beautiful city, the great city of Rio Grande, and this board, EDC. We ask this in your name. Amen. Amen. Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
on our Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
Thank you, gentlemen. Item 2, roll call, item of quorum. Ms. Garza?
Yes, Mr. Ramirez.
Here.
Ms. Perez. Present. Mr. Lopez.
Present.
Dr. Margo.
Here.
Ms. Flores.
Here.
Mayor Villarreal.
Here.
And Mr. Escobedo.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Very good. We have perfect attendance. That's
Yes.
excellent. Item 3, public forum. Anybody sign up for a public forum, Ms. Garza?
No, sir, not
If not,
today.
we'll move on to item number 4 on the agenda, approval of minutes from the previous meeting.
Mr. President, there's no changes to the previous meeting minutes. I approve as read.
Second.
I got a motion, Mr. Lopez, second by Dr. Margo. Everybody in agreement, signify by raising your right hand. Against, left hand. Motion passes. Very good. Item 5, financial report. Ms. Guillen.
Yes. You have with you the expenditure report, which has us at 50% of the fiscal year. Our expenses are not extremely high. We are still paying out on some projects, but I don't anticipate that we will fully spend the budget of the EDC this year, although there are some significant payments coming up. You do have your sales tax report, which shows the receipts received for January and paid out in March. These are your colored graphs that UNN provides. Overall, we're 6.37% up since the beginning of our fiscal year, which started in October. If you look at what was received in March, that was about $388,000. We are expected to receive the next payment at the end of this week, so we'll know where our April receipts will come in after this week. So, I mean, overall, we've remained high and above in the black with our sales taxes, so we anticipate that's going to continue to grow with the new businesses that are getting ready to open. But overall, our EDC budget looks healthy and good.
Very good. Thank you for that information. Anybody have any questions or comments at this time? If not, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda. Item number 6, presentation, workforce development and employer services. Ms. Guillen?
Yes. We have invited our partners over at Workforce Solutions, who we've been working with very closely, especially over the last several months. We have with us here today Mr. Milton West and Mrs. Brenda Martinez, who both have worked with us very closely on our job fair every year, but more importantly, they're here to talk to us about a component of their services that is targeted to employers. I think that a lot of times we think of Workforce Solutions as just a place to go to find work, but these guys are out on the field working with employers, especially those new employers who are getting into our community and finding those job seekers for them. So I'd like to give the floor over to our friends at Workforce Solutions to tell us a little bit more about their services. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Before I begin, I'd like to say thank you so much. You know, I mean, sometimes it goes without being said, but sometimes we just need to hear it because we see this area growing like there's no tomorrow, and I'm proud to be a part of that. With that said, one of the focuses that we want to do is we want to make sure that every employee gets everything they need. Keyword is everything they need. That means great employees, a place to hold interviews when they're anything and everything. The little problems and the big problems, we want to be able to provide that. So today I present to Ms. Brenda Martinez, and she's going to share a little bit about what we do with our employers. So now come back and talk to y'all. Brenda?
Thank you, Milton. They told me we had a clicker, so I'm going to try to use it. I'm Brenda Martinez, and I, of course, from Workforce Solutions, I'm a business solutions representative for the area of Starr County and Hidalgo County. I'm going to go ahead and go over the services that I cover with the employers, right, of any area. So let me go ahead and start here. We have 5 different offices. We have the office in Edinburgh, we have the office in Mission, the one in Westlaco, Rio Grande, and the one in Raymondville. Okay. Now, as a business solution, this is the information that I offer and the services that we offer throughout the different centers that we have. Everything should be the same service. Okay, as far as postings or working Texas from any employer, anybody that is registered with the state of Texas that has an employer identification number and an unemployment tax ID, those are the customers that we serve. We need to make sure that they're legit and they are in line with the state of Texas in order to provide a good service for the job seekers. Okay? Then we go for the recruitment and screening of qualified job candidates. We do have CSRs that are promoting the job orders, the postings that we have for every business with the training that we have. They make sure that the customers that are being referred are qualified for the jobs that we offer. Of course, we host job fairs, we host hiring events for every business or with multiple employers at the same time, like the one we had exactly in February. We promote on social media. We have a Facebook page, which is RGB Operation Get Hired, and on there you guys can, or anybody will be able to see the events that we're promoting for the future. Of course, all the hot jobs that we have, which we usually have how we call them, the ones that are like in dire need right now. And also, we do promote any other programs, for example, like the EDC or the WI Way, which is the ones where we send the youths to go work for a certain amount of time, right? So we always promote that information on our TV operation and hire. We do have skills assessment, and we do have a platform which is called HR Avatar, and it has different tests to provide you an idea of what is your knowledge for, let's say, for example, Excel or Microsoft PowerPoint. So that is something that we use with employers and actually as well with the job seekers if they want to test their knowledge on those areas. The video interviews software, we provide information, well, we provide that platform also, HR Avatar, to provide to the job seekers a little bit of taste of how an online interview will be like. So if they want to practice before the real interview, well, this is what we have for them, and they can test it at our centers, or they can test it at home also. And of course, they always have the use of Workforce Solutions facilities. We have rooms available for the employers. We have the research area where we have computers, we have fax, we have copy machines. We have workshops, we have sessions, we have the employment services that are there every day, Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, to make them aware of job opportunities that we have every day out there. And of course, we provide to the employers the labor market information as far as unemployment statistics, salary and wages. If they're new to the area and they want to know how much they want to get paid, well, Work in Texas can actually provide that report. Of course, we will need to request it so they can work on it for them. Like I mentioned before, we do have on-the-job training for the new businesses. What is on-the-job training? On-the-job training is basically an agreement where they hire someone, of course, once they qualify through the process with the state of Texas, and workforce can reimburse up to from 50 to 75% of the wages that have been paid to the employee. Okay, and that's up to 6 months. It might be up to 6 months, and then after that, since they already trained the customer, right, the job seeker, then that is a good candidate for them to retain after those 6 months of reimbursement. We have the work experience program, which is what we call the youth program, E3, where we get agreements also with every business as long as they would like to participate, where we send customers between 16 and 24 years of age to work up to 6 months, and workforce will be in charge of the payroll. This is what we advertise as free labor. Try something like try it before you buy it, right? You try to see it first, and if it works, and if you like it, you can retain it after those 6 months. They're going to be with you. So it's kind of a good deal for the employers, for the new ones, right? Actually, we have the WASI. We have the information. We have the forms. Employers can get benefit if they hire customers with certain barriers to find employment, such as customers referred by VR, customers that are receiving food stamps, customers that are veterans. Those are customers that have some barriers to find employment. So this is something that the businesses can benefit from. They get tax credit as long as they submit the forms needed per candidate that are working there, right? We have ADA equipment. So you have someone that's hard of hearing or they have vision impairment, we have the adequate equipment for them to go to the center and use it to do job search as any other customer that goes there. Now for businesses also we have grants, and this information it's on the folder that we provided earlier. That way you can have that contact with Mr. Vasquez. Mr. Vasquez is the one you want to talk to if you have a new business or any business, if they want to apply for any of those grants, Skills for Small Businesses, Skills for Development Fund, Self-Sufficiency Fund, and Skills for Veterans. He is the right contact that you guys want to have in case you want to apply or know someone that wants to apply for those funds through Workforce Solutions. And this is, of course, our website, workintexas.com. Anybody can register there, and they will have access to the database of the orders that we submit every day. They will have information on how to apply. They have a little inbox where they receive information or an email from the employers. Because the same way job seekers can run a report to find a job, the employers can also run a report to find candidates. So if the candidate has the full resume, has their contact information on there, the employer can actually give them a call, send them an email, or send them a text message to reach them out and try to get them to apply on the position that they're advertising. This is how HR Avatar looks. This is the platform that I mentioned earlier, where we have the assessment. So if we have someone that's gonna apply for a clerk, let's say for the city, and the city wants to make sure this candidate is proficient in either Excel or Word or any other platform, we can go ahead and run the search on HR Avatar to see if we have something to what you guys are using or similar, to see if they are actually proficient on that area. And if you find it helpful, right, what they do on this platform, you will be able to hire them like more short, right, that they're going, that they know what they're actually working with. Social media, well, we do have RGB Operation Get Hired. That is our Facebook page. It has a different image now, but it's basically the same thing, RGB Operation Get Hired. This is where we promote events, create posts, we do lives, we comment. We try to do as much as we can on social media, and this is actually a very helpful tool for us, because during these pandemic years that we had, this was the only method and point of contact that we had with the client. So if you guys can like the page, that would be even better. If you can like us on Facebook, so we can reach more community. That way you can also share the information that we post. Okay, and we have someone that's very responsive. So if they send a message, they either respond right away or they can send it to one of us, and we must respond right away also. So we're very responsive on that. Is by any chance the employers have any questions as far as the business, anything that they want to post on the walls or laws, regulations? Well, this is the place where they can go to, and it is actually on your folder too. This is where they want to go. This is where they want to ask questions. This is the handbook that they can print from there also. And of course, this is a hotline phone number. If they want to talk to someone, this is the phone number that we provide every time they want to ask, like I mentioned before, posters, regulations, handbooks, or if they have any questions as far as the employee tax, how to file unemployment. This is the number that they're looking for. Rolando Perez is my Deputy Director for Business Solutions. It's my supervisor, right? And for the different offices that we have, for example, in Mission, we have my coworker Fabian Martinez, Anita Soto, Ashley Rodriguez, Yesenia Hernandez, Brenda Martinez, that's me, and I cover Star County. And in Edinburgh, we have Ms. Angela Moria, Mr. Robert Mora, and in Westlaco, we have Karina Perez and Mr. Montes, Santiago Montes, or Jimmy, that he covers real estate also. And of course, this information is for me. You have it on your folder. So if you have any new business, anybody that's interested in any type of employer service, or even for the center, I mean, I have no problems responding any questions as far as job seekers or job options, job needs. Whatever they're interested, through Workforce Solutions, you can call me, send me an email, send me a text. Nothing formal. You can even call me, and I'll call you right away. I have no problem with it. I'm very responsive too. Sometimes when I'm in Star County, I'm not gonna lie, my service is terrible, but we try to work it out, right, Milton? We try to work it out, and I try to move. I go outside, I run, as long as I can get the call. And if you send me an email, that will be even better. Now I know I have to go out of the office and actually call you from my truck, because that's how I'm gonna get you. But any questions that you have as far as business, you can call me, make contact, or even with Milton. If I'm not there, if you can find me, Milton will be a good contact too. He'll call me right away. He'll be like, Brenda, I have somewhere you need to go. Brenda, I have someone you need to talk to. Perfect, I'm good. So I have no problem with that. Any questions?
Ms. Martinez, I'm just curious, how many applicants do you currently have here in Starr County that are seeking employment?
Seeking employment, that was a good question.
200? And what kind of jobs or qualifications do they have, or what kind of jobs are they seeking? Is it clerical? Is it, I don't know.
Right now, we have a lot of seeking type of construction work,
Construction
anything
work.
from pipe fitting and things of that nature. But one of the blessings we have is that new businesses are coming into this area, even if they're not housed here. I know we have a T-Tech that's going to be showing up Thursday at our center. Starting pay is $17 an hour. If they're bilingual, $18 an hour, and they get to work from home. So these are some of the opportunities we're trying to bring to the community, to give those that cannot get to some of the different areas that pay a different amount of wages that they're seeking. We're trying to bring that to Starr County and so forth. So we've had good luck. I know when just came in, Stripes is opening up, and they just came in, and we had a 77% high rate of the people that we're referring. So people are starting to say, you know what, it's time to go to work. You know, times are changing. It's time for us to go to work.
These new businesses that are coming in, what kind of skills are they looking for? I'm talking more of people skills, soft skills, to where you go to regular restaurants or certain businesses, and they have no such thing as people skills. Are these new employers looking for something like that, where they can retain the employee and have customers do come in? Because a lot of customers do look at that, what kind of skills their waitresses or the waiters or their attendees or whatever it is that they have. So you all go through all that with the employer when you speak to them?
Absolutely. Our system is set up to where we can actually create a template of what they exactly want. Right now, there's a big focus on, I'm going to say, communication skills, customer service, based on the business that are coming in. Even with T-Tech that is coming, it's customer service. And because of the demand for employees, that's really what they're looking for. If somebody that can communicate well. And we have that here. We have that here. So we bring the opportunities to them, and we also prepare for them. So if, for example, let's say somebody needs to brush up on their communication skills. We have a job readiness class that we'll sit them through and prep them, teach them how to talk to employers. The basics to norm, but for some individuals, this is new to them. So we take time to show them and teach them and prepare them for the workforce, to get out there and be successful. We also explain the benefits of working versus trying to be home and collect benefits and stay home. And that makes a world of a difference, because in the long run, they're losing out on money. And once you mention that to a customer, their mentality changes. So we take time to try to convince them that the best thing for them is to go to work. And we do that right there at the center.
That's good.
We have a job readiness class. We work virtually and in person. We love to work in person. We have better response there. However, unfortunately, due to COVID, some people are still afraid to come in, but it's getting better. It's getting better. So we got to be there for whatever they need. And if there's something they don't know they need right now, when they do have that question, they know to come to us so we can provide them everything they need.
These on the job training positions, is the business owner, I guess, kind of under the impression that if they do like them, they'll keep them for the rest of the, I guess hire full-time, I guess. Or is it, to a point where, like, you know what, things are not working out, maybe they didn't, I guess work out at the end, so they can just, at the end of 6 months, they just don't, I guess, ask not to come back?
For the OJT, the businesses, they actually hire the customer. What Workforce does is we reimburse for the wages only, between 50 and 75%. So this is your employee. This is someone that you already hired and that you're going to train within those 6 months. The other one that probably you were referring to is the work experience, where we have these youths sent to work up to 6 months, and you're not going to the employer is not committed to retain.
Right, to retain.
Never. But if it turns as a good employee, someone that you trust, someone that you know is loyal, someone that you already trained, it might benefit the company to keep them for a little while, but you can probably someone else.
Right, and that's, yes, and thank you for clarifying that, because that was my follow-up question. Like, for example, the summer's coming around, and we have a lot of college students going back home, so to place them in positions where they can get on-the-job training plus a little bit of money for the summer before they go back to school.
For the work experience, yes.
Right, so is
And
that something you all do also, or no?
We do also that. The summer is coming, like you mentioned, and we do have a program that's called Summer Earn and Learn. It's under the work experience also, and it's for customers with disabilities. So we provide an opportunity for these customers to get trained up to 6 weeks.
6 months.
No, for the SEAL.
Oh, SEAL, yes, 6 weeks.
6 weeks. To provide them training, to go through that experience, to get a check, at least something for that under the same work experience, but for the SEAL program, which is for customers with disabilities. The regular work experience, it will be, like he said, up to 6 months to customers to stay at a place where they can gain that environment, where they can gain
That experience.
Build their resume.
Exactly.
Someone
They go
else.
to an interview, they go to a workshop, they take a look at the check, they take a look at finance, they do an interview, they go through that before even going to the place. So when they go to the place, they know what to expect, and going through those 6 months gives them a little bit more of taste of a real world, like what is it like to work, what is it like for me to be there early, to be responsible, to want to be someone else or be better, so this is what we try to provide with those programs.
Just to give you an example, we have an employee here in Rio Grande on Bordertown, and they'll use us for the work experience. They'll come in and take one of our participants that can work for the 6 months. Majority of the time, they like the employee and they keep them on, they hire them right then and there. So what does that do for the employer? It helps with their overhead, it keeps that cost down, it helps them make it easy to survive versus all the complications you go when you first open and whatnot. So those are some of the services we like to offer to them. The OJT is a great program as well because we can reimburse up to 75%. They do have to qualify for our programs and so forth, but that person is the employer's actual employee. Whatever that employer says.
When you say that's qualified for your program, what kind of qualifications do they need, or what is it exactly you're looking
We
for?
have several different qualifications. For example, we can look at income, we can look at if they've worked in the last year or so, if they've worked recently, their wages, if they've been on any type of program benefits, and things like that. So we have a variety of ways to qualify.
I think he was also asking, though, did you say the businesses have to qualify for the program?
There's
So any
competition.
business? It could be public, it could be private? Okay.
We have some employees here that are here through the, what is it?
On the job training?
On the job training,
Yes.
yeah.
Through work experience.
Work experience, there we go.
In
Work
in order to
experience.
qualify for the OJT, there is an application that has to be filled out. As long as the business is legit and they're compliant with the state of Texas, it should be good.
Yeah.
There's no issue.
Is there a promotion going on with that to, promote this?
We're always promoting. We're always promoting on our Client Commission Get Hired on the center. And actually, right now, do we still have the standalone services?
We do have standalone services if they qualify for it.
Because I see a lot of people that are hiring, but these businesses, I don't know if they're coming to you guys looking for employees or not.
So they offered their services and worked with Panda Express on their recent hiring.
They used
And
our facilities.
very recently, they were here with Starbucks. And so that's really neat.
We work with Stripes.
Like Stripes.
The Stripes next door, yes. And then, of course, they're aware that we have other projects down the pipeline, so they'll be preparing for those employers.
We're ready. The other day, I was driving around and I was, let me just like go down and leave business cards, stick them on the windows. I don't care. If they come, they'll see it, they'll get it out, they'll put it in the pocket and call me. That's what I did, and that was the day that Stripes went by. And I was like, yes, at least one went by, right? So we had that result. So it was really good.
And that's the key thing Brenda said, we're going out looking for these employees. We're not waiting for them to come to us. We want to give them that help so they can survive, they can make it. Not saying that they wouldn't, but we want to make it as easy as we can and make it efficient and give them exactly what they need. From employees to preparing for day one, anything they need, we want to be ready for.
I like this flyer you have for the 11th, for next Monday, the second chance
That
job
is
fair.
the first.
I remember back at one of the board meetings that we had with the workforce a couple of years ago, about the second chance, giving these folks that are coming out of imprisonment, coming out of different situations that they're in, and giving them a second chance to get back into the workforce. And I love seeing this. Hopefully, we'll attract some people
We're
from
so
here,
excited.
in the area, and get them to work. I know we push for it. We push for funding for it and stuff like that through the workforce, and it's been working in other counties, and I hope it works here too.
We've been working on this project for the last month, and this is the first second chance hiring event that Workforce is going to have. And today I actually had a meeting this morning, the last one before the event, and we're going to have 33 vendors. We are going to have 8 community partners attending, and we even going to have computers. I'm so excited. We're going to have free health screenings. And we are going to have a barbershop doing free haircuts.
Awesome.
And this is someone that's been incarcerated before, and it's going to tell the story. It's the experience. What is it to be part of that community, but wanting to be someone successful at the same time? That's why we got him. So I'm so happy. Like I can stop minding when I talk about this project, because as soon as I told my supervisor Roland, I was like, you know what, I want to focus on that community, because I have family members that have been through that, and right now they have businesses also, and they've been successful, and it's because they didn't find an opportunity. Nobody wanted to give them something. Nobody wanted to open the door. So the only thing that they had left was to start from scratch, and they did. So to me, it was like, we need to focus on them. We need to make them feel that they're also important. I mean, we're waiting for these individuals to join our community, to join our society, and this is something that it might be helpful for them, to make them feel important, to make them feel as a human. And today, we saw the place, we saw the layout, and it looked like job fair ready, and I almost cried. I'm like, baby, and my coworker, I'm like, baby, you know what? This is gonna be awesome, this is gonna be great. So
I think this came up in one of the board meetings. They talked about one of the employers hired somebody, gave them a second chance, and it can become a really successful story that they did wonderful. They're managing part of the business, and so that's where it's all about. Some of these kids, some of these people just make the wrong mistakes, but they do deserve a second chance.
so hopefully it's gonna be, we're waiting for it to be very succcessful.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Kudos to all
McAllen.
those employers.
Good deal.
That one's in McAllen.
That's McAllen, right?
It is gonna be in McAllen, yes. To start, and that's where I was going to, because when I showed the flyer here in the center, they go like, we need one here, and I'm like, yes, we need
know
one
a
here.
barber.
But,
We know a barber.
you know a barber. We can have a barber, yeah, definitely. I mean, if it turns out to be successful, at least what we want to obtain, we can definitely work out to do something here in a smaller version, right?
But I
still,
hope the people from here see it and go to this thing.
Yes,
That's what
definitely.
it's,
And actually, it's open to anybody, not just to people with a background. Anybody can go, but it's mainly for them.
Yes.
It's mainly for them. So yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Very cool.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Any questions that you have for us?
Can you talk a little bit more about the skills grants? What exactly how do those work? And
It would be, it is a fund for the businesses to train employees, which is nothing similar to the OJT. It's very different, and that will be something that Mr. Vasquez will be able to explain you better, because he's the one that actually does the application. He runs the program. He is the head of that department.
The curriculum is usually aligned with a program at the college, the community college, so there's another element to that. These are directly from the Texas Workforce Commission. We have some brochures in our office, and it's a good opportunity for those that are looking at adding a skill to their employee base and need the community college's support and help. A lot of times they develop a whole curriculum just for that employer.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, thank you
Thank y'all
guys.
for being here today.
Thank you very much.
You know, we're right next door.
Of course.
Anything that comes up, give us an opportunity to help that employer.
It's so convenient to take employers down to the end of the block there. We've had several we've referred to their office. So thank you
Good deal.
guys for always being welcoming to our employers.
Yes, definitely. And I have some flyers extra for these Thursday and for the second chance. I don't know if I can leave them here.
We have
as well as a flyer for employer services that you guys have in your packet.
Yes, you can leave that extra material with us and we'll make sure it gets out on the front desk of
Perfect,
the
definitely.
employer at City Hall.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you
guys.
for your time.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
See you. How's,
Everyone's doing good. Yours? They're huge. Playing college ball?
yep,
Both of them?
one basketball, one baseball.
That's awesome.
Focus on Dallas.
His middle son played with Jason growing up on a travel team.
Oh, okay.
nice.
Yeah, hadn't seen each other in 10 years or something.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. Take care.
Take it easy. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, guys, so again, moving on to the next time on the agenda, we have item 7,
Yes.
Executive Director's Report. Ms. Guillen?
Yes, so I'm going to turn your attention to the commercial development updates, just to give you a quick summary. Chick-fil-A received their permit for construction.
Excellent. Good.
Their construction is set to start this April and should be completed right around November, as long as nothing gets in the way of that. That was their original timeline, by the way. And Buffalo Wings and Rings has already initiated its construction, as you can see. Starbucks is set to open this month, soft opening this week, official opening next week. So we don't publicize that yet because the company's not wanting us to do
Not
that.
already it is.
But we'll let you know about the soft opening as soon as we can, because I know that was something they wanted to make sure our city employees and board members had an opportunity to participate in. Stripes is also finishing up and is expected to open very soon. Tractor Supply, they have been talking to the planning office, going back and forth with their construction plans, and as far as the agreement with legal, they are working through their attorneys to get us our document, and then we'll proceed from there. The hotel, the Hilton Grand Hotel is going to have a groundbreaking this year. They just have not determined the date for that. And they too are kind of going back and forth with their construction plans. So we don't have anything to share with you yet, but we should in the coming days. But they do expect to have something to celebrate their project this year. On another note, the subdivision plat for the medical project on 3167, that's expected to go to P&Z, Texas Regional Bank, which is across the street from what will be Chick-fil-A, there in that old Real Motor site. They're gonna have to go through a replat process where the old T-Mobile store was at. So that's gonna set them back a little bit, but it's not a big deal. They should be doing that rather quickly. Dollar Tree, they have actually gone up pretty quick with their walls, and they're preparing for the parking lot. Right now it sits, there's three suites. Although the billboard shows, for more, but right now they have it divided into 3. the store's original 10,000 square foot space, and then the 2 or 4 remaining retail, which has not been announced yet, but nonetheless, they're getting ready. And then the remodel at Star Plaza, from what we know, Marshall's is doing the remodeling, and there's another store expected to move into next door to Marshall's, so that makes it 2, but not big enough to be your Ross, so don't speculate that that's it. A much smaller store, but nonetheless another retail. So those remodels are still in progress.
Did you have a question?
No.
Okay. And then,
Ross supposed to come over here, isn't it?
huh?
Isn't
Yes,
Ross supposed to come
yes,
over
and
here?
that is the idea and that is the plan. That's why I was happy to hear it wasn't Ross going over there. Then as far as infrastructure, I mentioned Tractor Supply, we're waiting on their agreement to proceed with the Lot 1 infrastructure improvements, but the bidding for off-site utilities over at the 9 acres is going to be released. We'll keep you apprised of that. The enterprise grant, the border town agreement was signed. Legal is still working on the Buffalo Wings and Rings agreement, so we'll get that out to Mr. Munoz. And then the Port 755 roadway, we had to re-engage with the engineer recently to get those cost estimates updated and finalize some documents that are going to be submitted to the MPO. Tomorrow, the City Commission will entertain a name for that street so that we can have something on the record as we're presenting the project to the MPO. It must have a street name. So we'll be walking those processes with the MPO now that Starr County is part of the Metropolitan Planning Organization. And then, of course, the county judge is the Starr County representative, but of course, all cities are engaged and involved when it comes to transportation projects by way of the county judge. And then the last small business agreements you guys approved. I know that Victor has been swamped, but we are working on getting those legal agreements finalized. And then you'll see some activity here on Main Street. There was some need to repair the solar lights over at the welcome sign across the fire department. For a while it was dark. We just had those fixed, so now it's bright and beautiful. We did have a trolley tour with our librarians for not for library week, it just so happened it was library week, but we wanted them to share our services as far as the museum and history goes and forge that partnership, so we had a really successful tour with them. And then just yesterday, we finalized an application for Texas Cafe to apply for the Backing Historic Small Restaurants with the National Trust for Historic Preservation grant. That grant is $40,000 through American Express, and Becky already had all the paperwork. Remember that we had nominated her for the for the Texas Treasures Awards. It was just a easy application. So we're crossing our fingers she gets that grant. Of course, it's a nationwide grant, so it's very competitive, but we give it a try. Tomorrow at Rio Bank, we have partnered with them to offer financial literacy nights, and they will have the first of 2 seminars. At 5:30 to 7, they'll be doing the first one, and this is Banking Basics 101. And I encourage you to let anyone know, especially if you have like college kids that are just starting to get their accounts open, to come and learn a little bit more about how to do that. They're offering up a $100 gift card. If you're present, it's a chance to win a gift card. And then on the 13th, we'll do one that is specific for business, and it's how to start your own business and the financing of that. And as far as personnel, I want to welcome our newest member to the EDC team. Adriana Torres has been emailing you guys, and you need to put a face to the name. Adriana, if you don't mind standing up so we can all see you. Adriana joins us from rgc-tv.
Welcome, Ms. Torres.
Welcome.
And she's been wonderful. She's caught up so quickly, so I'm very proud of her. She is, I don't know if you want to say anything, a few words. I know you're a little shy, but.
Appreciate it.
I'm happy to be here.
We'll get rid of that shyness.
At the first workshop.
At the first workshop.
Yeah.
Well, I also want to say that Ms. Kathy Rubio is going to join us on the Main Street program. She'll be working tourism in Main Street. And of course, Kathy will join us next month together with a representative of the Main Street Advisory Board. So we'll give her welcome at our next meeting. But I'm just happy that we were able to finalize those positions. And I'm excited about the opportunity of working with Adriana and Kathy. I know that they're going to be a wonderful addition to the team, and once they get to know everybody, they will just enjoy their place here at the city, Rio Grande City EDC.
Kathy will continue with the museum?
Yes,
And is adding Main Street?
correct.
Okay. Good.
And then, as you all mentioned earlier, the workshop is being planned for June 9th to the 12th in Boerne, Texas. And so we'll be working with you on the logistics for all of that. I do want to ask you to think about any particular topic that you would like to learn a little bit more about while we're there, so that if I can bring a person to come and speak or provide material. I know that we've been talking a lot about project financing, and you know, that's an opportunity. We talked about incentive policies. I would certainly take information for us, but if there is any specific topic that I need to be looking at that will bring more information to you, let me know so I can find someone.
Yeah, try to invite Mr. Our financial advisor,
Tejerina?
Robert Tejerina. Yeah, he's
Knowledgeable.
excellent and giving us guidance as far as projects and funding and whatnot.
I know that one of those topics that we want to explore a little bit further and understand a little bit better is your tax increment refinance zones, your public improvement districts. All of these are finance tools that are available to us when we are looking at larger economic development projects. And so just having a better understanding of how those are used and applied, I think, of course, Mr. Tejerina would be
Excellent,
wonderful.
yes.
And it's not too far from San Antonio, so
Right.
you might be willing to join us in the short ride. So think about it, let me know. And that's all I have for you guys this month, but nonetheless, we'll have plenty to report to you.
I so move, Mr. President.
Well, before we do, I just want to wish
Yeah.
Mr. Fred Lopez a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Fred!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Freddie.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
35 years old.
Well, I didn't get 35
I'm
minutes.
dyslexic.
Flip it.
Very good. Any other announcements or comments? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, very good. This meeting is adjourned at 6:17 p.m.